Hello my strange and charmed ones, welcome back to my channel for something of a more casual type of video with me. So today's video is something that's a little bit different and something that I think is going to hopefully become a series on my channel that I'm hoping to do on Sundays. And if you couldn't kind of tell from the title of this video, I basically want to show you guys how I plan for my business and plan for my work for my coming week on Sundays. So right now it currently is Sunday afternoon and I'm at my desk in my office at home because if you didn't know, I am an online entrepreneur. I run my own business from home and all of my business pertains to things online. So I don't go into an office. I don't have a place where I actually physically go to sell things or, have a place of business that I go to. I actually do all of my work from home, and yes, I do make a living at this, in case you're curious. So I thought that based on a lot of the questions that I was getting from my audience who know this about me and know that I'm a blogger and a YouTuber and that I run my own shop and that I do consulting work, all of this that encompasses my business, which is obviously incredibly multifaceted, I know there's a lot of people out there who are really curious and want to know the behind the scenes, right? So I was thinking of this series, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to call it at this moment. I actually haven't really titled it in my head. But what I'm hoping to do today and on the coming Sundays is basically spend a little time letting you guys see what it is that I do when I'm planning. Of course, this is going to have a lot to do with my planners. Kind of think of this in some ways. So I was actually talking to someone about this idea and they were saying, some people do weekly planner decoration videos. You should do a weekly planner video, but instead of showing people the decorations that are really not, they're pretty to look at, but they're not really useful to you guys, that I would start this series where I can kind of show you guys how I plan, all the different things that kind of go into my business, and simultaneously I'd be able to answer questions that are submitted by you guys in each of my videos. So obviously this is the first one. I didn't have any questions in mind to answer for you today, but hopefully as I'm going through and running, showing you guys how I run my business, basically, how I plan for it at least, that you guys will have some questions that you want to ask me that I will be able to answer for you in future videos. So this is almost going to be like an ongoing entrepreneurial Q&A, behind the scenes look at the planning that I do for my business. Obviously, you're not going to be able to see every single thing that I do because that would really require me having a video camera on me 24 hours a day. Or not 24 hours a day, but probably like a good 16 to 18 hours a day, which obviously isn't feasible. But I hope this will give you guys a glimpse into what my business is like for me, how I planned for it. And yeah, we'll go from here and see how you guys want this to progress, because really I'm doing this for you as almost like a resource for you to see this is someone who runs a blog, runs a YouTube site, is successful running her own shop and her own online life, and she makes a living working from home, which I know is like the new American dream, to work from home, work for yourself. It really takes the American dream up a whole bunch of notches because I'm not confined to any place. I could literally be sitting on a beach somewhere. Of course I'm not, and I'm not really a beach person. I'm more of a mountain person, but yeah, I could be anywhere with this business, and I'm hoping that through this series that I can kind of give you guys the motivation to maybe start your own business if that's really what you want to do, and see that, this isn't hard. By no means is it hard. It's not difficult. It just requires focus. Okay, so that's really the truth. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and change the view on the camera right now so you guys can kind of get an idea of my workspace, and I'll talk you through some of the things that I'm thinking about for this week. Okay, so here we are at my desk, and the first part of my weekly review for my business really has to do with my two planners, my personal size and my A5. Now, if you guys have seen, I have other videos. I don't want to go into it. I will link everything below that you might need in reference to this video. But the first thing I do is really plan out the things that I need to be doing for the week. So the first thing I think I'm going to talk about, I'm going to put my A5 aside for a moment. The first thing that I really want to jump into is my meal plan. I did speak to my husband already, and he has helped me put together what he wants for dinner for this week. So I'm just going to go to my meal planning inserts, and I'm going to go ahead and write in what meals we're going to be having this week. So these inserts actually have a place for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack. I actually haven't thought of what I want to have for breakfast and lunch or my snacks this week, but I do want to put my dinners in because for me those are the big things. So just writing in our meals. Okay, so once my meal plan is actually in my actual meal planner for at least my dinners, I also keep a little laminated sheet in here as well that has just my dinners marked off. And this is just because really when it comes to the meals, the dinners are most important to me because they're the meal that normally I'm cooking, and it's more than just me that's involved with it. So I'm just taking, these are just erasable to-do lists that I have that are laminated. I have a video on it, of course. But I'm just going to be erasing last week's information. And based on our meal plan, I'm just going to put in what our dinners are for the week so that they're in my meal planner so that I don't forget. Okay, so this to-do list is going back into my week so that I have that information right in front of me when I'm using my planner, which is really important to me. Okay, so now that my meal plan is done, and I will probably get to deciding what I want for breakfast and lunch for myself and snacks later. It's not something that is a priority for me to figure out right this second. So the next thing that I'm going to probably do is jump into my A5 to figure out what my personal tasks for the week are. Just things that I've got maybe sitting that I need to work on. So I will go into here, and you guys may already know that this is set up as a filing binder. And so that is how I use this. So it keeps all of my just like information that I need to have, just paperwork and things like that, that I just don't have time to look at and things like that. I kind of filter through this on a weekly basis. So the first thing that I've got here, let's see, I've got a couple of pieces of paper here that I need to look through. A lot of it is probably tax information, so I'm just going to really quickly do this off camera so you guys, just in case you guys see, because I don't want any tax information showing. Okay, so I basically have 3 categories of items that are in my inbox that I need to deal with this week. Number 1, let's start with a positive thing, is I got this beautiful Valentine's Day card that looks like it was handmade from my very dear sweet friend Shelly Darling. You guys may know who she is on YouTube and on Instagram. She's so beautiful. I wonder if she made this herself, or maybe she bought this and then made the rest of the card. I don't know, because it is like a handmade card. It looks like it's been hand stamped. Shelly is an absolute darling. Literally, that's why her name is Shelly Darling. Like, there's no better word for her. So I'm going to want to make sure that I write her a thank you note. So I will put that aside. Actually, what I'll do is I will put a sticky on this and say that I want to write her a thank you note. Okay, so that's going to go there. And actually, because this is still big, I want to go ahead and put this in my, what I'm going to do is put this in my February folder inside of here so that when it's time to do it, I can just find it really easily. So what I'm going to do is put that as a to-do here on my weekly to-do, my weekly list here. So I'll put Shelly, thank you. Okay, so that's on my task list now so I don't forget. Okay, the next thing I have is looks like I have to renew my driver's license. So I'm going to stick that as well in here. I don't think I need a note for that. I'm just going to put that in there, and I'm going to put that as one of my tasks for the week. And I'm actually going to put it on Monday because it's really important. And I can do it online, so I'm just going to put that in my task list for Monday, so tomorrow I have to do it. And again, like I said, a lot of these paperwork were actually tax related. And I think we'll wait to do our taxes this weekend coming up. So I'm just going to go ahead and file these at the end of the month. Here, I'll probably put them in on the 28th because it looks, I think we'll probably do our taxes on the 28th since everything is done. And I'll do is I'll put, again, another note on Saturday, taxes. Okay, so that's everything that was in my A5 that needed immediate attention. So I can go ahead and put this baby away. Like I said, it really is just to reference what's in here. And it does store paperwork for me very nicely. And when it's done, you know, when I'm done referencing it, it just goes right back where it sits for when I actually need to go and find the items that are on my to-do list. Okay, so the next thing that I need to do is items for my actual business. So this is where we're going to get into business stuff. So the first thing I actually need to do is look at my editorial calendar to see what I'm doing for the week and make sure that I still want to stick to my editorial calendar. So I have month on 2 pages inserts that I use that are custom made from my shop. And at the beginning of the month, what I basically do is write out a general plan that I have for my blog and my YouTube channel. That I put on the month on 2 pages. But of course, I do end up liking to change things as new things pop up and things. So I'm going to actually have to make a few changes, it looks like, into my plan for the last week of February. So, first of all, the video that's going up Sunday is not this one. That one's going up on Monday with the blog post, with the video, okay. This one is going to be, whatever I'm calling this, behind the scenes business planning video. Okay, so that's today's video. I have a video that's also going up on Monday, and I try to stick to 2 videos a week. So actually the video that I had here, I actually had already done as well. I forget when I did it, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so my 2 videos for the week are set. And I do color code. I use pink for my YouTube and blue for my blog. So I know Monday's blog post is set, and I've got another blog post that I know has to go up on Thursday, which is my free printable for March. And I was looking through the things that I wanted to do, and I actually have one more blog post that I think I'm just going to add it into the week instead of removing something, because the blog post on Tuesday I have is my digital monthly favorites that I really do like doing. I don't do my monthly favorites on a monthly basis anymore. I actually think I'm going to switch them to quarterly. So I'm just going to add in my extra blog post that actually, I guess I can tell you guys, it's only a few days away. I'm actually going to be doing a photo challenge, my first photo challenge for March, because I am launching a new product in my shop. Actually, basically I'm launching something new in my shop. It doesn't just have to do with products, but that's part of it. So I'm launching something new in my shop, and to kind of celebrate that, I'm doing a photo challenge for March, because March is my birth month. So my birthday is next month, and yeah, so that's, I thought, you know, great time for me to kick off a photo challenge. So I already have my prompts for that all written out. But that is going to have to be a blog post just so I can explain it to everyone. And of course, I'll be explaining people on Instagram as well. So keep your eyes out for that. Okay, so now pretty much, I'm going to put this aside for 1 second, this planner, because I've actually been using, you guys are going to laugh at me, 2 personal size planners recently, because I just kind of realized that I had a lot of stuff going on. And a lot of tasks that I did need to keep track of, especially because I took on some client work as well, and I really need to make sure that I keep my notes for my client work. So I've been using these day per page inserts that I actually have been designing for my shop. They're not ready yet, and I don't think they're going to be ready for a long time, but I'm kind of using my rough draft of them in order to keep track of my client stuff. But in this planner, since it's a lot of notes and a lot of to-dos, I keep this so super simple, you guys. And I just have a task list that ends up being almost like my weekly master to-do list. So I kind of write everything down here that I need to take care of that aren't things that are obvious. So I don't write about blog posts in here because I know my blog posts need to be done. It's anything that's outside of my normal day-to-day work. So the first thing I guess I'm going to put down is what we were just talking about, that photo challenge. I need to do the image for it, the graphic. I do have everything planned for that. I also have in social media, under my social media category, I have an interview, a written interview that I need to finish for a friend who's featuring me on her blog. For my site, I need to add some new products. I also need to edit an image header for my site, for my shop specifically. I have to work on some new designs, and I have to brainstorm some promotional ideas. Okay. Then, like I said, I do have some consulting work I have to do. I know I have to do some copywriting, and I have some summaries that I need to do. Okay, so as of right now, that is my work to-do list for things that are not already constantly on my to-do list. So like my blog posts, when I post to Instagram, YouTube videos, Facebook posts, all those sorts of things are already on my master to-do list on my week on one page. So these are just sort of the extra things that have to do with my business that I just need to make sure I get done. Oh, forgot one more thing. I need to do my YouTube comments because I have not checked my YouTube comments in like a week, which is really bad. Okay, so that is going to be my general task list for this upcoming week. Okay, you guys, so that is what I've got going on this week for my to-dos for my business and all my social media and all that jazz. I guess this would be the part of the video where I might respond to questions that I got from last week. So if you guys do have questions, be sure to leave me questions down below. If it's, anything that you think is business related or how I use my planner insofar as what you've seen today, go ahead, it's all free game, and I will, of course, review your comments before the next video, have some questions ready to answer. So anything from business to blogging to YouTube, like how I plan this stuff out, let me know, and I'll be sure to either give you an explanation in the next video, or I will actually show you how I do some things. Because really, like I said, this is like, really, I'm doing this for you guys and for your benefit. Anyone who kind of wants to see the behind the scenes of my life and my business and how I work, this is basically it. Obviously, I'm not going to sit around and like videotape myself, editing, images and things like that, because, although some people might find it educational, and I do agree that it would be a little educational, it's just not something I'm going to be able to do, like show you guys all of the work I'm physically doing. You will see the aftermath because you'll see new things up on my shop and new videos and new blog posts, but, I'm not going to film myself writing blog posts. So this, I hope, has been a nice overview for you on how it is that I work and, plan my week and, see the kind of stuff that I have to do for my various businesses. You can tell from any given day, being an online entrepreneur, running a business online, and a lot of it having to do with social media, I can be jumping from a million different things to writing, editing, taking photos, designing images, creating my own icons and things like that through Illustrator, online, on my computer, on Adobe, editing videos. There's like a million different things that I could be doing any given day. I don't normally do them all on the same day. I do try to space out my work, but that's why having like a nice master list for the week is really good, because then I know what it is that I need to work on and where I need to be focusing my efforts for my business. So I hope this video has been helpful and interesting to you. If it has, let me know, and let me know what you guys want to see. Give me questions to answer, and I will help you in any way that I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, if you like this video, make sure to give it a like. And I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor if you did like this video. There is going to be a link on the top of my description box, the first link. Go ahead and click that link because I have a little surprise for you guys, and it's going to give you some more information on where you can follow me online if you like my content. So thank you guys so much for spending a little time with me today. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos by me. And until next time, you guys, bye-bye.